properly and everything. So let's get started, shall we? So today we're going to do something a little bit different. It's Creator Tools is sort of a segment that I'm creating just so that I can cover the basic tools that I'm going to be reviewing, that I'm going to be unboxing. There's actually a couple of boxes right now in my room ready to be unboxed, but before I get to that, I did promise to get back to you guys with a little bit more information about this. Okay, this is the Skyward Aerograph. It seems to have a label here. It says Micro 35. I don't really know what that's all about, but there we go. It's the one that was made in Taiwan, that came with the great instruction manual and everything like that. It's got a plastic body. As you can see, they've changed the plastic. So what's happened is that the one that he gave me initially was had some cracks in the body. This one does not, and they've changed the type of plastic that they use since then. So it looks like they were aware that there was an issue there and that they corrected that. So that's really cool. And no hesitation in terms of actually handing me over like a working unit. So that happened like within seconds and no questions asked. Didn't cause any hassle or something. So often that's what you get when you're dealing with local business owners in your area that you know. So it's nice to buy local when you can. Okay, so here what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit just basics how to paint metallics. There was a discussion happening on one of the Facebook groups. Now I'm not in the frame anymore, but I'll be back. Here, I'm back. So there's a discussion happening on the Facebook groups about model painting, and there was a gentleman who wanted to know what's the deal with painting. In what order do you paint? Can you paint on bare plastic? What's priming? What's surfacer? And so I'll show you. Basically, right now I'm working on a Zaku 1, and this right here, okay, is the Zaku's shoulder pad, I guess. Yeah, shoulder pad. So you can see that Zaku 2, it's kind of like a different style. It has these spikes on it. This one does not have the spikes, and it has instead like a multiple parts shell on it there. But if you see here, I'm not sure how much detail you can actually see on camera. Not too bad. Yeah, you can see there's like these thrusters there, right? There's supposed to be these thrusters. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to paint them. And so you can tell that it's been primed. It's all white, right? These parts are, it is from a Thunderbolt Zaku 1, so it's like this yellowish-orange color, and so obviously it's been primed. What do you use? What kind of primer should you use? Most people that I've spoken to in terms of veteran builders, and by veteran I mean like they've been building for 30+ years, and they've been using airbrushes for more than 20 years, and like they're really experienced. They seem to recommend not to use a surfacer that you can blow through your airbrush for whatever reason. They say just use the can, it stays fresh, and it's already pre-mixed for you. So I've already done that. I've already gone ahead and primed it, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to lay on a coat of black. Hopefully it's been thinned enough. I think it's thin enough. It's looking okay. Has that milky sort of consistency, and so I'm just going to put this in. Here we go. So it is a siphon feed, so the feed is right here on the bottom. There we go. I can maybe scooch this camera over a little bit, right? There we go, make it a bit easier for me. Nice, a little more comfortable. Okay, so there we go. So now I've also revamped my my fume hood, or your whatever you call it, spray booth, right? So it's gonna be a little noisy, but I won't be talking at the same time. I'll just be spraying, so you can see what's going on. So it's really fine, like the, there we go. The actual paint mist that's coming out is exceptionally fine. And I'm going to tell you in a minute something that I've done differently that maybe may have influenced that. So let's see if you can get a good view. You can. Excellent. Ooh, I'm messy. A lot of builders can actually airbrush without using any masking, but I'm not really at that level right now. I don't know if I have too much pressure or what's going on, but let's have a look and see what we got. So, yeah, I definitely have the coverage I want. It's very, very wet. It's pretty much almost runny. But it's good. It's got a good even coat, and it's pretty much legit. Like, what I'm doing here is that I'm painting a metallic. So the thrusters are going to be like, you know, like a classic gold color. So Titan Gold, Intamia, or Mr. Color Gold. And in order to bring out the gold and any kind of silver, titanium, aluminum, or whatever, any kind of metal, you would want to lay down actually gloss black and then paint over that so that it shines, like the light that reflects off the piece is the actual paint color and not that color plus white, and then it'll just like make it all pale, so you don't want that. Another thing I learned is that you actually want to limit your time when it comes to painting with your airbrush to 3 minutes a shot. So as long as you're painting for less than 3 minutes, you should be okay. And any longer than that, you're going to want to actually clean out your airbrush and blow some thinner through there. So I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to clean up my airbrush, and actually I'm going to break the video here and start again once I have the next coat ready. It might take around like 5-6 minutes anyway, because it has to sort of dry a little bit. Maybe I'll leave it for half an hour, and usually I leave my paint coats for 30 minutes between coats. I probably don't need to because it's airbrush, but I will anyway, just because. And then in the meantime, I'll also prepare the unboxing that I'm going to be doing a little bit later this evening. So all that to sum up, basically the Aerograph is, as you can see, it's not like extremely precise or anything, but in terms of if you're looking for a time saver, you've been hand brushing, you've been using spray cans, and that's getting expensive, for example. There could be a number of factors why people get into airbrushing. You know, you can pick this up, this kind of a kit, for this little guy right here. It's a Badger Propel can. It's the 13-ounce model, or 370 grams if you're in metric. And this airbrush, the Aerograph, for south of 35 bucks, I would say, maybe 40 bucks Canadian, which is, I mean, that's really, really reasonable. And I've been told by one of the veteran builders whose son uses this one, and then he uses a more delicate sort of high-end one, and he says that they've been using it for 1.5 years and it still works fine. As long as you clean it out, you take good care of it, and you treat it properly, you know, drop it around or anything like that, and you're not too rough with it, use it delicately, it should last. So it'll be interesting to see how long it lasts. And anyway, so all that to say, I think we're done. This part is pretty much set, and I'll be back with the metallic coat and a little bit something extra a little bit later tonight. So thanks for watching.